Coming up in the morning edition, the Prime Minister speaks to free tuition at tertiary facilities. Stephen Dillett gets a new library. And get the inside scoop on light therapy.
We're almost there. There's one more day to the weekend. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Morning Edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Let's start our day off with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean and the weather report. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. Our satellite picture, well, it's showing that broad area of cloudiness is now making its way into the central Bahamas, so we can expect some clearing over the northwest Bahamas today. Outside of our studios, it remains cloudy, temperature 70 degrees, relative humidity very rich at 93%. We have near calm winds out of the north at 2 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,011.3 millibars. That's 29.86 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning, Marsh Harbor, Abaco at 70, also Greentown, Key and Freeport reporting 70 degrees. In the Berry Islands, 75, 70 degrees in Alistown, Bimini. Harbor Island, 75. Also Rock, Sandy, Lutra at 75. Otterstown, Canal at 74 degrees. 74 in Staniel Key, Kemp Space, South Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. More 74 showing up in San Salvador and Rum Key as we take you further south into Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, all at 75. 78 in Betsy Bay, Maguana, Ackland, 78. Matchetown, Inagua, 78. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 79 degrees. Your boating forecast for today, light and variable winds in the northwestern Bahamas with flat seas 1 to 3 feet. High tide 11:59 this morning, low tide at 6:06 in the afternoon. And for the central Bahamas, the winds will be out of the south just ahead of that front. Speeds around 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeast Bahamas, light and variable winds with 1 to 3 foot seas. That's going to do it for your first look at weather, the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today, tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Meanwhile, Jimanita Swain joins us with the traffic drone and the Bahamas First traffic report.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you live just up from the intersection of Village Road and Shirley Street. Traffic has been a steady flow out of the east for persons, I imagine, trying to get to work on time. But of course, to find out if there are any areas of concern as you make your commute, we're going to talk to Corporal Decory Barr of the Police Traffic Division. Good morning, Corporal Barr.
Good morning, Jimanita. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, are there any areas of concern that motorists need to be mindful of, any accidents on the streets?
Well, at this time, we have one accident that is outstanding. That is on the eastern road near the High Vista. We should have officers. Officers have already been dispatched at that area, and they should be there momentarily. However, at this time, that could cause some congestions.
So I know typically that most persons, if you live in the east, you know that you need to get out before 7:30. So if you know now that there is an accident, if you're not on the road as yet, you should be making your way out of the door.
Yes, you should be at this hour, yes.
Now, one of the things that we often see doing traffic most mornings is that people seem to be doing all kind of things on the road in the morning. Some people are eating. Some people seem to be doing homework with kids. I mean, all kind of things we see. But the other morning we were in the east, of course, and while you were stationary, you were clipped. You want to tell us about that and some of the other instances that you experienced from motorists just not paying attention while they drive?
Yes, the other morning, and you witnessed it yourself. We have persons doing all sorts of things. We always encourage persons not to do anything else but focus on the vehicle that you're driving while you're operating that vehicle. We had on that occasion a lady who was attempting to apply her makeup while operating her vehicle, and we had a close encounter, very close encounter. I was a bit too close for comfort, but she was subsequently cited for the infraction, which is applying her makeup, and that goes with driving without due care and attention. You can't, like you said, take it upon yourself to do homework, eat, text, whatever it may be. Your main objective while driving is to focus on operating that vehicle.
And that's often a concern. I know persons just seem, I know we're trying to get out of the house and get things done, but I think it's just a matter of just trying to get up early and managing our time a little bit better, because it just takes a few seconds to make something go from very slight to very dangerous.
Yes, things happen very fast, and on these streets with a lot of vehicles, a high volume of traffic that we see, we'd always encourage persons to just focus on the road.
Well, thank you so much, Corporal Decory Barr. One accident to report, that's on the Eastern Road near to High Vista. Just be mindful of that as you make your commute. But have a great day, everyone. Back to you in Studio LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Anita. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, shedding light on the confusion regarding the pledge of free tuition at the University of the Bahamas. This after officials at the university announced a tuition fee increase set to begin this fall. The Prime Minister said education remains a top priority for the government.
We've made a commitment that education will be free for Bahamians once they meet certain qualifications. That commitment still holds. We also made a commitment that those students coming from the Family Island, we understand the stress and strain that they and their family undergo in terms of looking for accommodation. So we've made a commitment that we will help our brothers and sisters coming from the Family Island, and we provide them with $500 per month to assist them with their lodging. So the commitment that we've made, we will adhere to.
Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt meant serious business in environmental court yesterday as she levied $250 in fines on 4 people after they pleaded guilty to having a defective septic tank at their Fox Hill premises. The defendants include Paul Moss, Stephen Bain, Ronell Thompson, and Dion Mackey. And the owner and occupier of a premises in Sage Alley, Dudley Adderley, also pleaded guilty to having an accumulation of garbage on the property. He was fined $250 by the court. The chief magistrate also fined defendant Glenn Fulford $400 or 2 months in prison after he pleaded guilty to having an accumulation of garbage on his property and failing to provide proper shelter for garbage bins. Meantime, East Street South resident Shadia Major also pleaded guilty to having unsanitary premises. However, her sentence was deferred to May 10th. In other news, Stephen Dillett Primary School officially opened its new library Monday morning, the gift a donation from the Rotary Club of Nassau. A short ceremony was held recently to mark the opening of what many term the nucleus of that school. The Rotary Club has a long-standing relationship with the Stephen Dillett Primary School, leading a reading program and other initiatives at that school. Education Director Marcellus Taylor explained why the library is so important.
We believe that the library should be the nucleus of a school because the library reflects learning. It is a place where you get information. It is a space where you as individuals can go and not only receive that information, but engage in that information. And it's also a place where, as we get more matured and as we get more developed, we can use the library as a meeting of the minds, a place where we can discuss issues and explore issues in more complex ways.
There seems to be an increase in the level of technical courses students prefer to take to land good job opportunities in the technical field at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. President Dr. Robert Robertson.
We see, for example, in Freeport, a significant uptick in IT-related programs. We're now offering 3 or 4 sections of IT courses over there, whereas in the past, we'd only offer maybe 1, if even that. So a significant increase in IT. Also an increase in business studies, but also in the trades. We see an increase in carpentry, for example, more interest in carpentry and some of the other trades. Going forward, one of the other things we need to do is to make sure that we explain to students what the options are for them when they complete their programs. And so we want to do a better job in that area.
Dr. Robertson says they are also looking at other alternatives to boost enrollment numbers.
We're actually talking, though, to other high schools in particular, based on the minister's instruction, to try to do a dual location, a co-location for dual enrollment. And so that would be obviously more effective, more efficient. In addition, though, we also are looking at more online courses. So I think the ability of the online mode is something that we really need to look at in the Bahamas, given the size of the country and the geographic distribution of the population. It's not to say that all courses would be offered online, but certainly some can and could be. And we're actually expanding the online or blended capability of many of our courses.
There seems to be more and more Bahamians being diagnosed with renal issues recently. The Nurses Association of the Bahamas plans on addressing it. Nurse Rebecca Johnson is here to talk to us about it. Welcome to the Morning Edition, Rebecca Johnson.
Good morning.
So talk to me a little bit about what is actual renal failure.
Well, renal failure is when the kidneys lose their ability to function as they should. And as you know, it's really a huge problem in our country. A significant number of persons every year are diagnosed with renal disease. And for most of them, a lot of them, the treatment is dialysis, which is very, very expensive. In fact, at the rate that we're going, at the pace that we're going, it's not sustainable, not only from a Ministry of Health budget point of view, but you find that most of these persons, their quality of life, and in some cases even the expectancy of life, is greatly reduced during which would be their most productive years. So, we need to do something about it. And Nurses Association, we want to continue to emphasize the problem throughout the year so that persons can look at making some changes to the lifestyle.
Is renal failure on the rise in the Bahamas? And how many persons can you say have been diagnosed with renal failure?
But I wouldn't be able to give you the exact numbers, but it is significant.
And I know the Nurses Association is about to embark on, an event tonight. Talk to us a little bit about that event.
Well, we actually had a public forum yesterday at the nursing school with nursing students or other members of the public. And we talked about what can be done because we want to encourage persons to address the problem. We can address the problem. 3 main causes in the Bahamas is obesity, diabetes, hypertension. All of those disorders have to do with our lifestyle, our health behaviors. So if we're willing to make changes in our lifestyle choices like healthy eating, which include timing as well as our portion sizes, and increase our physical activity, we can really do something to start to reverse this unhealthy trend that we have in our country today.
The seminar tonight, talk to us about the seminar this evening.
Well, we have Dr. Frederick Smith. He's one of our chief consultants in the dialysis unit and in the renal department at the hospital, and he's talking about the incidence, prevalence, and what we can do, because that's what we need to do. What can we do to reverse this unhealthy trend in our country?
Rebecca Johnson, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on your seminar this evening. Stay close. We've got an inside look at light therapy. You're watching the Morning Edition. Welcome back to the Morning Edition. His Excellency Felix Nicholas Mfula, envoy of the government of the Republic of Zambia, presented his letters of commission to Her Excellency, the Most Honorable Dame Marguerite Penling, Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, accrediting him as High Commissioner of the Republic of Zambia to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Prior to the presentation, High Commissioner Mfula called on the Honorable Darren Henfield, MP and Minister of Foreign Affairs, to present his coupe d'usage. The meeting reaffirmed the cordial relations between the two countries. The minister recommended that the High Commissioner Mfula maintain close relations with His Excellency Alvin Smith, the Bahamas High Commissioner to Canada, to advance mutual interest. In other news this morning, a therapeutic form of medicine called lighting therapy is now in place to heal the body from a number of ailments. Dual therapists at Belamonte Salon and Spa, Cassian Clark, gave us an insight on what light therapy is all about.
Process that's been developed by NASA a very, very long time ago. What it is that they send astronauts into space, and because conventional medicine never really worked for them, they came up with light therapy where they use a series of lights to heal certain parts of the body. If you have a headache, if they got cuts, any sort of inflammations, it works on the complete body from your head straight to your toe. And we just recently started here like a few weeks ago, and we think it's going to be a fantastic offer to society and everything we do around here. Because we don't just want to focus on the face, because you're at a spa, so the first thing people think about is face, massage. They don't think about anything else, but we focus on the complete body here.
Clark says a number of clients are enjoying this new venture that he believes could reap positive results in the future.
We've actually started this program, give or take, about 3 months ago, but what we did was that we wanted to try it out first before we introduced it to the public. And so now that we are fully confident that it works, we're now able to issue to the public.
So what have clients been saying to you about?
So far, they've been loving it. Of course, it's a time process because it heals scars, it heals stretch marks, spider veins, it deals with oily skin. It deals with it actually allows your cells to regenerate and accelerate. So that's how it's able to heal stretch marks, because it reactivates the cells. And once they start working all over again, it allows for a new process of healing.
Is it expensive?
No. It ranges from 80 to 180, depends on what you're getting.
Real estate agent Carla Turnquest joins us this morning to discuss second home ownership over in Florida. Carla, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So talk to me a little bit about yourself as a real estate agent.
Oh boy, I got my license in Florida back in 2008, and I absolutely love it. I've been in Florida for the last 17 years, and I've watched the market shift over and repeatedly. And I thought it was the ideal time to come home and talk to Bahamians about the possibilities of purchasing in Florida as opposed to renting all the time.
So why should we tap into the second home market?
Because we have a whopping number of Bahamians that come over every year, whether it's for health reasons, whether it's for vacation or what have you. And they spend over $1 billion in Florida annually between hotels, Airbnbs. Why not tap into the market now that we have a shifting market and we see that prices are starting to dwindle a little bit? Buy a piece of Florida where you can turn around and invest yourself and rent it out to Bahamians coming over, use it as a short-term rental, use it as an Airbnb, use it as a second home.
What are some of the benefits and why Florida?
Well, Florida is the second largest growing state in the United States right now. We have approximately 900 persons moving into Florida every single day. And to me, Florida is you might as well say Florida is just an out island. So why not come and buy something on one of the out islands?
So what's good about purchasing a home there in Florida, other than Bahamians are frequently visiting there?
Well, the opportunities for you to turn around and make money, the opportunities to invest. We have a lot of Bahamian students that are coming over to school. So as opposed to renting a unit, why not just purchase a unit? You can turn around and sell it and make your money back. I'm all about us educating ourselves and leaving generational wealth. So as opposed to renting, which I consider dead money, let us use our money towards investing, making money in return, or leaving it for our kids and teaching them how to invest. Real estate builds wealth.
How do we go about, I guess, home ownership?
Well, you can call me. I'm having a seminar here on Saturday at the Aventura Plaza, the Physical Planning Building, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon. I have a foreign national lender that's going to be here because a lot of Bahamians don't realize, LaDon, that they are able to get a loan to purchase property in Florida. And we also have a title company that will be there as well. So it's going to be really, really informative. So it'd be good for everybody to come on out and hear exactly what we have to say and then see if it's a good fit for you or not.
Carla Turnquest, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on your second home ownership initiative.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
So Charles, what's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up, LaDon, as you can see, I'm getting set for a big fight this coming Saturday over there at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Don't know who my opponent will be, but there were some fellas that used to beat me up in high school when I was young, so I'm going to look for them because I'm in good shape today. Good morning. Before we deliver that knockout punch, well, Buddy Hield delivering a knockout punch last night, the final game of the regular season, and Buddy going for the NBA record, and it didn't take long for him to hit number 600.
Throwing it up for Barnes. Buddy. There it is. Buddy Hield making history, number 600, and is now number 1 on the list for players in their first 3 NBA seasons.
Well, you heard it, record performance by Buddy Hield last night. We are now joined by Sherman the Tank Williams. A big fight coming up on Saturday over there at the Kendall GL Isaac. Don't get scared, Jim. But the one thing I heard, you a change in opponent.
Yeah, I was informed yesterday about the change in opponent. Stacey Frazier, 6'5", American heavyweight from Louisiana. He's a big boy. His ring name is Bigfoot. He's coming to the Bahamas, so we're gonna, give him the Kong punch. Orlando Farias in Argentina, I think he had some type of injury in sparring last week. They pulled out of the fight, but hey, I'm in shape, I'm ready, I feel good, and I'm willing to take on whoever comes forward. So Stacey Frazier will be getting the Kong punch.
Looks like you were scared to give me a call to go into the ring Saturday night with you, but exciting night of boxing coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. We have an exciting undercard. It'll be the Bahamas versus Jamaica. We got Israel Johnson, we got Tyrone Oliver, Chino Sherman, Malik Glinton. There's about 6 young men here from Nassau turning professional on Saturday night. I think it's going to be an historic event, and most importantly, I think we need the full support of the whole island of Nassau to come out and support the Sons of the Soils. This platform is launched to give these young men a future. So, boxing has went a little bit dormant in the country. We got the talent and we got the goods. So Bahamian Sun decided to come up with this platform like we did in Freeport last year. We're going to do it again April 13th to give these young men an outlet. And, at the end of the day, we just want to create positive, productive citizens. And Bahamian Sons is on its way with Backyard Rumble 2. Be there.
This is your first time fighting in New Providence in a pretty long time.
Yeah, pretty long time. I mean, Nassau is a nice place to be. I like being in New Providence, and it'll be, an exciting night. I'm going to promise to deliver the Kong punch. We've been working in training camp for Orlando Farias, the overhand right, the left hook. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling good. So Nassau, you got to be there. April 13th, doors open at 6 p.m. You're going to see the Kong punch live.
So if you have somebody that didn't want to show up, I got Nadia used to teach me this back then.
You look like you tap dancing, man. What's up with that?
That's the sport. Are you ready for that?
In our final look at weather, satellite picture shows skies starting to clear over the northwest Bahamas as that front boundary makes its way through the central and southeastern Bahamas later on today. Forecast for today, partly sunny and warm conditions, high temperature getting up to about 84 degrees. And tonight we're looking at mainly clear skies after a day of gray skies, low temperature down to 73 degrees. And your extended weather forecast over the next 7 days, mid-80s during the daytime. Those nighttime temperatures they will hover in the low 70s with lots of sunshine as we head into the weekend. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. That's it for us today. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for another newscast. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.